So coming to you live and on this beautiful day, the sun just came out. Man, it was overcast like crazy, but sun just came out. So super excited about today, about responsibility, taking responsibility for the things that happen. So do you take 100% responsibility for what you do or what happens to you, or do you blame or do you own it? So today I'm going to talk to you about owning it 100%. Um, Now look, you're not responsible for what happens to you, but you are responsible for everything else. So, um, not what you did, you're responsible for what you did and what you didn't do, or what you should have done or could have done, but not what happens to you. So Jim Rohn calls it uh the box is too small. And I guess I should tell the story. So they had a salesman just started working, and he had his goal was for the week was to make 10 sales calls. So at the end of the week, the sales manager got with the guy, the salesman, and said, so, how many calls did you make? And he said, well, and he's like, oh, whoa. He said, the box is too small. I can't fit well in the box. He says, how many calls did you make? And he started to tell the story, and he stopped him again. He says, listen, the box is too small. I can't fit your story in the box. He says, trust me, give me the number and I'll know the story. And so that's taking 100% responsibility for what you're doing or not doing. And that's the same thing in life. I mean, the things, if you're tracking what you're doing, you know the story based on the numbers, you know what's happening. So blame, blaming someone or somebody else for doing something takes your power away. It actually tells you mentally that you're a victim. It makes you a victim. It makes you, it says that it's telling yourself you're not in control. It's not my fault, all those kind of things. And taking responsibility takes your power back. It gives you the actions, and it gives you the ability to take action and connect with your mistakes and correct those mistakes. And you can make it right. Blaming removes all hope. But when you take responsibility, it actually gives the hope back to you. It gives you hope. And so you need to take 100% responsibility for the mistakes or the things that happen. Again, you can't control what happens to you, but you absolutely can control everything that happens, what your reactions are. So, you can't blame, or you can't, it's not your fault for, your parents, if they weren't good parents, if they weren't there when you needed them to be, or if they were abusive even, or if you have an abusive spouse, or if, you got in a car accident. You can't help that. That's not something that you can control, but you absolutely can control what your responsibility on what you do after that, over those things. You don't have to, live your life in the past. You don't have to repeat the things that your parents did. You don't have to be your parents again. When you're a parent, become a parent, you can actually take control and change things for the future. It's not your fault. Again, what happens to you, it's all about responsibility and how you handle it, and how you respond. So, um, I got to tell you, it's not going to be easy. I mean, taking responsibility isn't easy, but when you do, you get your power back. Like I keep trying to say, keep telling you, you get your power back, and you get to control your reaction. And I promise you, the people around you are going to appreciate the fact of you taking responsibility. It's not going to, like I said, it's not going to be easy. It's probably going to be difficult, but I hope you'll see, but the fact that by not taking responsibility, it can become debilitating to you. You start focusing on, negative. You start focusing on the things, and when you become this victim, um, it becomes repetitive, and it just spirals out of control, and it starts getting into all aspects of your life. And so by taking control of the small things, when the big things happen, you can actually, control those as well, and you can control your actions, and eventually you'll start anticipating, issues or things that happen, and you'll just physically know how to respond. So through all this, I hope, I know it's a quick lie, but I hope that you will take 100% responsibility for your actions. I hope that you'll see this video and you'll be like, man, I got to do something different. By the way, if you're watching this live, man, comment live below. I appreciate you watching. If you're watching it on the replay, definitely comment on the replay. Comment replay. And if you, I would love to know how things that you're blaming yourself or taking or blaming others for, or blaming, if you will, how you what you're blaming for. Comment below and tell me how you see yourself going forward, how you can take responsibility and kind of feel your power coming back. So God bless you guys. Comment again if you know the things that you're blaming others for, and just know you need to take 100% responsibility for your actions. And man, I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody watching and jumping on here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and enjoy this beautiful weather. It's just gorgeous out. So God bless you guys and have a wonderful day. Thanks. See ya.